Let's go through these. Ladder of support. As a notary public in your state, what's the most available resource to you neither day? Probably going to be your state notary handbook or the statutes that regulate notaries in your particular state. And if the National Notary Association has created the notary primer book, that's probably a great resource for you to have as well. So you could write that down on your first rung of the ladder of support. And then perhaps your second rung could be, depending on the nature of your question or the challenge that you're having, could actually be just calling the Secretary of State for clarification on the matter or referencing some of your training material. If you still can't get the clarity that you need, maybe your next rung of the ladder is the NNA hotline. It's very helpful for notary specific questions. And then maybe you have a trusted mentor for each of the specialties that you serve. Include them on your ladder of support as well. What this exercise does is it gives you a chance to audit all your available resources and realize that you really do have enough support to do anything you want right here, right now. You can take any type of appointment. Now, if you see a gap in those resources as we build this ladder of support, fill it right now. Make the connections